Let me ask you something. Have you ever found yourself absent-mindedly drawing spirals or random shapes on the corner of a notebook or the back of a receipt? Well, congratulations! You have just tapped into one of the oldest and most universal forms of human expression. But what if I told you that those random scribbles are actually hardwired into our brains? That they go back thousands of years and can reveal more about you than you might expect? From prehistoric cave walls to modern psychology labs, let's explore why humans can't seem to stop doodling. First, a little history. You might think doodling is a modern habit, something that started with bored school kids or distracted office workers. But in reality, doodling is as old as humanity itself. The earliest known doodles are actually 5 lakh years old, discovered on the seashells in Indonesia. These early humans carved abstract lines and zigzags, possibly for rituals, memory aids, or just for the sheer joy of expression. Then we have the famous cave paintings in France and India filled with spirals, handprints, and repeating patterns. Some archaeologists believe these weren't just artistic masterpieces, but also early forms of doodling. It's the spontaneous and unplanned marks left by our ancestors. Even ancient Greeks and Egyptians scribbled in the margins of their manuscripts, adding tiny sketches, symbols, and patterns. And here's a cool fact. In the Middle Ages, bored scribes would often test their pens by doodling tiny faces, animals, and geometric shapes in the margins of the manuscripts. So, doodling isn't just modern distraction. It's a deeply human impulse that connects us to our earliest ancestors. Now, let's talk about why our brains love to doodle. Psychologists like Sunny Brown argue that doodling isn't just mindless scribbling, it's actually a powerful cognitive tool. Here's why. Studies have shown that people who doodle during lectures or phone calls retain up to 29% more information than those who don't. It's kind of like a memory boost. Why? Because doodling engages the default mode network in our brains, the part responsible for daydreaming, imagination, and creative thinking. Doodling anchors us in the present, giving our minds just enough freedom to wander without losing focus. It's like a mental fidget spinner that keeps our brains sharp. Doodling also acts as a stress relief, calming an anxious mind, much like meditation. When you doodle, your brain shifts gears from being logical to creative, reducing stress and promoting relaxation. In fact, some therapists even use doodle therapy to help patients process emotions and clear mental blocks. So, the next time someone catches you doodling in a meeting, just tell them you're enhancing your cognitive function. Now, here's a fun twist. Your doodles can actually reveal a lot about your personality. For example, if circles and spirals are dominating in your doodle, then you're most likely a creative person and a free thinker. Does your doodle involve a lot of sharp angles and geometric patterns? Then you might be analytical and goal-oriented in nature. Is it filled with flowers, hearts, and stars? Then you're probably optimistic and warm-hearted. Is it featured with a lot of faces and eyes? This tells that you're observant and socially aware. Of course, though it's not exact science, it's really a fun way to decode our own subconscious. And here's the final twist. What started as casual scribbles in the margins of history has now become a legit art form. Many artists took their mindless doodles and turned them into global art moments. Today, doodle art is everywhere in graphic design, tattoos, fashion, and even brand logos. So, the next time you're absent-mindedly sketching spirals on a post-it note, just remember, you're tapping into a creative force that connects you to our ancient past and maybe even the next big art moment. So, We keep doodling or scribbling because it's hardwired into us. Also, it calms our minds, sparks our creativity, and helps us focus in a world full of distractions. From prehistoric rock carvings to modern day notebooks, doodling has been our constant companion, capturing our thoughts, moods, and dreams. So keep doodling. Who knows, maybe your next absent minded sketch might lead to the next big art moment. If you learned something new in this video, hit like, subscribe, and share your doodle stories in the comments. Also, if you would like to watch this content in other language, please find the link in the description. This is Nexus Minds. Think, connect, and evolve.